From season finale just premiered, and we have a ton of theories and new information to review. I am the movie guru, so strap in and let's talk about season 3, episode 10 of From. Who is the man in yellow? Is Julie the story walker? How to free the children? And will they ever escape? To answer these questions, we have to start at the beginning in the year 1506, where the residents decide to make a deal with an unknown entity, presumably the man in yellow, that will grant them eternal life in exchange for sacrificing their children. A couple rejected the deal, presumably the original Jade and Tabitha, because they had a daughter and wanted to save the children instead of sacrifice them. However, they failed, leaving a curse of the children's souls bound to the roots of the tree, which forms the symbol which is the basis for the bottle tree. When they die, they are reborn until the children's souls are freed, but they fail over and over again in all their attempts. The dates that appeared in Tabitha's dream represent death of the couple and their failure to achieve the mission, the last of which was the year 1978, in which Miranda and Christopher died to be reborn as Tabitha and Jade. The tree numbers are musical notes for the tune of a song that the first couple used to sing to their children. Now, the bracelet seems to belong to the first woman. Just like being born over and over again, she makes the bracelet over and over again every time that she is born, and she does this unconsciously. The children repeat the word "ankui," which means remember, because when the couple dies and is reborn, they forget their past lives and memories, and the children are trying to help them remember using the word "ankui." Victor's sister and Eloise died with their mother at the hands of the monsters in 1978. And the theory was that Tabitha was Eloise, and we know that is not true. Smiley, reborn, is one of the natives who sacrificed his children to fulfill the deal, with the exchange being immortality. He must be reborn and continue living for the cycle to keep going. Jade starts playing the violin. The Ankui kids show up, but only Jade and Tabitha can see them. One of the Ankui kids kneels before Tabitha, and we find out what it means. It means remember. Now, of course, this part gets extremely confusing, but Jade and Tabitha start remembering at the same time, and they realize that they had a kid together and they were one of the original residents. Jim goes after Tabitha and demands answers. She responds, saying that she knows why she sees the kids, and that's why there was more than one bracelet, and deep down, she remembers. Tabitha reveals that her and Jade had been there before, and the reason why that she felt what Miranda felt was because she was Miranda, and Jade was Christopher, and they came over again and again, but they failed every time. She then goes on to say that they were never able to set the kids free, and one of them was their child, Jade and her. Even though we do not know who the man in yellow is, we have heard his voice before and seen his presence through the pictures drawn in Miranda's basement. For him to speak through the radio, he had to be in Fromville, because there has been no communication from inside of Fromville to outside. Julie has become the story walk, which was told by Ethan. Who knows how the story goes, because it is a book that either he is reading or he has written. How do you guys feel about these questions and answers for the show? There are theories that Ethan could be the author of the story of Fromville, being a book written by him or part of his imagination. Also, a few months ago, news spread that the key to solving Fromville was in the first episode, and at episode 10 finale, they went back to the scene in episode 1 where Jim said he remembered how things used to be. In the finale of episode 1, Jim walks away to catch his breath and ends up by their overturned RV. He hears Julie. She runs to him, and she says he needs to go to town. Then appears the man in yellow. The man in yellow says Jade played one hell of a song, knowledge comes with a cost, and that he did try to warn him. Next, we hear the famous lines from the last mystery from season 1, which is the who was the voice on the radio. Then we get the unexpected Jim dies. Now, going back to the version of Julie who appeared, the Jim we know at this moment, her hair was different, and she has on different clothes, which means that she could have possibly made it out of Fromville and is now traveling back to when this happened to try to prevent it, doing the story walk that Ethan said from earlier. It looks like Ethan was right in that she couldn't stop it, but is willing to keep trying it until she does. I'm sure there was a scenario when Jim was alone and they found him dead, and now Julie traveling back to do the same moment to save him. But even though it played out differently, the same thing happened, which was Jim's death. I'm sure she would go back again and again to try to save him, but can't. My interpretation of what he said and what it meant was that if Tabitha didn't dig the hole, if Jade hadn't played the song, they would have stayed in Fromville as one big happy family. But because of the actions of Tabitha, this place pushed back, which means he pushed back, the man in yellow. My overall question for the man in yellow was, if he heard Jade play the violin song, why come after Jim? Or in that flashback, did he already kill Jade and Tabitha and now Jim's next because they weren't too far from him? I really want to ask if anyone feels bad about Jim dying, because as you From fans know, Jim's not my favorite character, and the fans have been dogging Jim out all season. He hasn't won any Dad of the Year awards, but he's doing the best as his character is written. So that's the season finale, guys. What do you guys think of the season finale? What did you guys think of the episode? And what did you guys think of season 3 from? Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts and theories. As always, let's discuss in the comments. I'm the Movie Guru, and I'll catch you guys next season, season 4 from.